and Gorilla starting fairly well pushed up this lane. This could be interesting if Cloud9 decide to face check in.
So he's standing here to see if there will be that blue invade, to see if there is that swap up top and late side blue invade. Imagine White Shield. Looks like they're actually going to try and start here for a watch. I wonder if they saw that ward go down. I don't think so.
Well, they saw them coming in, could probably surmise from that one as...
Now they see him in lane.
Gorilla, yeah, will actually show himself there as well. They were waiting for quite a while inside of that brush, but it will be a normal 2v2 start here. So I guess we can stay there and talk about this lane matchup.
We say it's normal, but this is actually the first time Cloud9's decided to go for a 2v2. They've done so much swapping, both in the North American playoffs and so far in this group stage. We'll have to see how this Trist Nami plays out.
And you can see, Gorilla and Zephyr were up in the lane just in case there was a lane swap. They kind of expected it from Cloud9 because they've done it so often. They were ready to pull those minions and get them to focus to push the minion wave back. And that's also maybe why the rest of the members were sitting up by that blue. But Cloud9 this time around, not going for the lane swap. Nami does help out Trist a lot in the lane phase, but early shove here and an early hook.
And that's going to be good here for White Shield. Sneaky losing half of his health bar instantly as White Shield hit level 2. There is Cloud9 getting themselves up to level 2 as well. Meteos may be called in, and Watch is actually already down on this bottom side.
It would be an incredibly dangerous and also out of character gank for Meteos if he actually tries to gank this lane early on. I think he's just going to try and get a bit of vision control and go back to farming. That's generally what he likes to do, is just let the other jungler try his first gank, and when his laners dodge the gank, he then has an edge on the enemy jungler.
So far, Hai is giving as good as he gets in this lane. Now, he has started with the Crystalline Flash, so he doesn't run He can use his abilities to trade more effectively. He tries to get minions in with the harass when he throws out his rake, or tries to get harass in with his minions when he throws it out. 2 for 1.
Currently very even as well is that lane. One lane that's not quite as even at this point though is that top lane. We'll visit that in just a moment as we see Watch coming around from the vision of Cloud9. They see Watch looping in there, so they're going to be aware that they could be in danger here, possibly. Watch is going all the way up and will get a very deep ward inside of Cloud9's jungle.
So, super early on, Meteos doesn't actually want to fight Watch unless he has, you know, some big vision advantage on him and he can get the jump.
Or if he has backup.
So later on, he'll be fine and he can outscale. But early on, doesn't want to take those 1 versus 1s because if it at least hits that cocoon, it's going to be devastating.
Yeah, they're basically just trading pink wards, or sorry, trading deep wards on the map here. It's not unlike Cloud9 to almost sacrifice one lane for the benefit of the other. This game, very early on, they are definitely favoring Balls' side with that deep ward because they know the Sneaky Elimination are going to be playing passive for most of that lane. Since they know Balls will be pushed up against Save the majority of the time, the deep wards are much more important on that side.
Oh, here comes the hook from Gorilla, but it was pretty much a mile away from Sneaky. Aimed off to the right-hand side. Sneaky just basically standing still there, and that hook just whistling on by and allows Sneaky to actually get a good
Watch thinking about an invade. Oh, they're pinging for the gank up top on Balls. Watch is going to go through Cloud9's jungle. The deep ward didn't help. Yeah. Balls is going to be...
It's such a deep ward that it missed the ward in what would be a likely scenario.
Oh, here comes Safe. What's going to come through into this one? They're going to wait until the cocoon comes out. It's a good flash from Balls.
Pretty much a textbook escape. That's the best he could have done. That
problem is now his lane is shoved, and so Save up here should be able to... Oh, never mind. He's got an extra ranged minion. It's fine for Balls. It's fine. Doesn't have to burn his teleport either because he doesn't want to overextend in that lane. He brings 2 wards for himself. One is pink. Meteos also takes that opportunity because Watch shows top. He invades the bottom side jungle. Watch's ward though sees him. Ooh, that's looking to counter. Better get that quick. Nah, Watch does not come up.
Well, actually headed towards that bottom side of the map where, to be fair, Sneaky Elimination have pushed out a little bit from that turret. There are actually no wards in position, so not being able to get up far enough to get that vision
Oh,
down the
yeah.
spot. Watch coming in, there's a flash into the play. Can they lock one down? Balls is going to TP in, but Lemon Nation is going down. His first blood for Zephyr. Balls is there. Oh, Sneaky going aggressive, looking for Zephyr. There is Meteos as well. Gorilla's low. He will be the focus, and Balls will get the kill back. Meanwhile, Save finishes off Sneaky on the top side. He's kind of in no man's land now, though. He's got to escape.
It's a 2v1 for White Shield so far, but this fight is not over yet. Zed trying to mirror high. It's going to be a fight.
Oh, there's the death mark coming down. Save will move in from the side. Goong going to get some decent damage down, but he's being burnt down by the Ignite. He's able to escape, though, in the end. Save did a big loop, and he also lives.
High used his ultimate in lane, so he didn't have it there, or they would have been able to turn around on Goong. That's why Goong had the confidence to chase down High and open up an escape route for Save.
That fight in the bottom lane, though, was so close. The fact that White Shield came out 2v1 for that one could have very well gone the other way. Let's check this one out real quickly. Obviously, Gorilla starts it off nice. They get enough damage down on the Lemon Nation. He was close to being able to escape this one. Such an amazing good lance by Balls here. I thought they were going to get more casualties, but Sneaky is kind of caught out a bit by himself.
Gorilla once again plays on this thresh. A crucial pick for Najin White Shield. Gorilla, because of the initiative that he took in the bottom lane trade, even with their teleport coming in later, they still come out ahead.
And a 14 CS lead is what remains of that one. A lead for Zephyr. Goong is slightly ahead here of 5, but for all intents and purposes, it is level there as Goong gets the blue buff gifted over to him by Watch. See what High decides to go for. The pickaxe start actually for High.
I do have to say, the biggest beneficiary of everything that happened was Save in the top lane. The last of the top lane carries on Rise. First off, Watch's gank early on relieved the pressure Balls was placing on him, and then when he could teleport down to get a kill as well, considering his early game disadvantage, he is sitting pretty up there and primed to carry. He's already got his tier and his catalyst.
Building up for him, only 8.5 minutes into this game. Falls back into that lane. Of course, he's going for his Athenes first. Talked about High going for that pickaxe, and actually he's going to go pretty damn aggressive there onto Goong. Is that a signal that he wants to head back? Save again, throwing out the ultimate onto Balls in the top. He's feeling a lot more confident now.
Yep, he's got his mana stacking items. He's got that kill you talked about. Balls did get one as well, though, so we're evened up on that. I just want to go over that exchange that we just saw mid, though. High actually spamming his ultimate here in lane. As we said before, he used it in lane before the last exchange for lane control. He gets a lot of damage down on the Zed, but also clears the minion wave very quickly every time he uses his ultimate as well, shoving in Zed.
And with the blue buff, it's on a remarkably low cooldown, only 62 seconds, so basically a minute, and you can see he almost has it back up.
And it's something we even saw Goom using when he was on Talon against Faker.
Well, Save actually has no flash here after that last encounter down in the bottom lane. Meteos waiting inside of the tribush, so there is a ward there, but Save needs to be careful as to how far up he goes. There is the step forward, and Meteos decides that is going to be the time for him to come in. Can he lock down Save? The slow will come in there. Will they even dive this one? There is a wild growth coming in together. Knock up. There is the lockdown coming back, and Meteos taking a lot of damage. Will they get the kill?
It's a pretty common Cloud9 trade. A 10-minute gank up top isn't warded against because the enemy team can just take the dragon on you. They're trading, trying to shut down Save for a big objective.
Excuse me, it was Pawn. But yeah, they are going to trade that for the dragon here. Najin White Shield able to secure that. Simple exchange of jungle pressure.
So, we've hit the 10-minute mark already. 1,500 gold lead for the Korean side of Najin White Shield. His bottom lane still being held by Zephyr. Thanks in part to Gorilla's amazing play so far. I think we've seen one hook that's gone wide. The rest have been pretty much either dodged with the jumps away from Sneaky or landed to set things up. That might even happen now once again as Zephyr's just stepping up there to put as much deep damage down as he can, which will include a single auto attack this time around only onto that tower. Meanwhile, Goong's got some free time in that middle lane because we did see High recalling to pick himself up the Tiamat.
So really, it's just Cloud9 trying to stall this one out a little bit. if we're going into a National White Shield versus Cloud9 game, we can't expect fireworks. The way these teams have actually been able to win games has been through fairly slow, methodical manner. At the moment, though, the lanes are going in White Shield's favor, which is much different than their Alliance matchup.
It will be explosive, though. With the combat... Ooh! Cloud9 are running.
Boom's going to go in there, but High being invisible dodges most of the damage to come out, but Boom says, no, I think I'm done in this one. I am running back away. The Ignite was put down by High. Meanwhile, Gorilla had also come around the side to maybe try and get involved, as had Watch, and Zephyr had even moved up that river area. Nothing really on the table for them, though, so no kills will go down in that mid lane.
Yeah, Cloud9's bottom lane's leaking a little bit right now. I'm wondering when Zeph and Gorilla are going to start putting pressure on the rest of the map, or if they're going to be able to clean that bottom lane quickly, because Gorilla's going to try and make an impact.
Now he's going mid. He's making his impact now.
Oh, they're going to go in. Can they hook him? No. Flash actually going to be forced from High, so... I mean, moving in for that one, forcing out the Summoner spell. A win.
We saw exactly this same thing from Najin White Shield's bottom lane last time. Corki Thresh, they got an early lead. Gorilla started roaming. He got mobility boots, and he affected the rest of the map.
Uh-oh, sneaky come from Elimination could actually be in trouble here. The hook will land into the box. He's slowed for days. The cocoon follows. There is an exhaust down, and Watch can't get through. Luckily for him, the white comes up there, and he's able to back off. Gorilla might not be so lucky, but the TP from Save is going to come down. Sneaky at less than half HP. Balls is there as well. Oh! They finish him off. They do get one. Save is going to die to the tower, though. And Balls somehow still alive. Finally finished off, but High comes down, and he'll clean up that one. Gorilla needs to run as well.
In a 5v4, Cloud9 trades the kills beautifully, and Meteos just now arrives.
Said it was going to be explosive with the comp that Cloud9 are running. All very squishy, but high damage output. And the dive there from Najin White Shield turned around very quickly. Gives also Cloud9 some control around this Dragon Pit. They do clear out the pink ward, but man, those deep wards, Najin White Shield invading really hard on this blue buff side of Cloud9. Gorilla, as we said, making play after play with this Thresh, flashing that Nami tidal wave.
Right after I said it'll be a passive game, this happens. Obviously, it looked a little confusing that they backed off, but that's because the balls teleported came in behind the fight. He arrives just about the same time Rise does it because... that's bad.
Another kill. Another kill. It's Elimination caught out of position there. I mean, there's 3 men on top of him. Can't really afford to go through there. He just also has to just leap away. Means that blue buff is going to be stolen away by Najin White Shield.
And look at the allocation of wards here. Najin White Shield, they litter this blue side jungle with wards, as we said, and they continue to fight in that side of the jungle. Cloud9 have 3 pink wards on the top side of the map, but there's nothing going on up there. There are no fights. That is not the battlefield.
And what's going to happen with mid-game Dragon Control at this point? It definitely seems like White Shield is going to continue to take those, and how is Cloud9 going to make up for that gold deficit? Yes, it's nice that they're trying to let Balls have success in that lane to shut down Rise, but when you have a solo lane Lulu and a Trist, you kind of have to help Trist out in the laning phase a little bit. I'm scared here for Sneaky falling too far behind.
Especially when he's against a Corki, a Trinity Force builder, a caster AD carry. This is going to be a huge, huge boon for Najin White Shield in the coming team fights. They've got this tremendous damage output with the Trinity Force Corki versus the Tristana sitting on Avarice Blade and pieces of items.
It definitely seems like Cloud9 may be pulling off the top lane strategy a little bit. It's going to be hard pressed though, because there's so many deep wards already in their jungle. They cannot possibly clear these out before the next dragon spawns, and they will be at mercy to Thresh.
And if, well, I was just about to praise Gorilla as we got through, not quite landing there, as Cloud9 were just trying to clear out those wards, but Gorilla's hit clutch hooks today.
And now that we are having more team fights, we see the armor focus here from Save. He's going straight into that Glacial Shroud.
This is such a scary team fight for Cloud9, though. Trinity Force, as you mentioned, completed, whereas Sneaky sitting on components. Partway to a static shiv, very far away from his Infinity Edge. High would have to play this team fight exquisitely. Save already has Rod of Ages. It feels like Shield is the stronger team right now.
Oh! Getting caught from this one. The damage is massive. Deathmark actually actually going down. Gorilla will fall though to Sneaky. Well, what can they do? We see Watch and Zephyr going deep. Sneaky goes low, tries to jump away from things, gets away, but Meteos will be given up. And that is going to be a 3-for-1. They lose the support, but they take top, middle, and jungle.
That's going to be Dragon, definitely, for White Shield. As we can see there, Zephyr, huge amounts of DPS going out, claims a red buff for himself, and they've got control. They can shove the waves up.
Najee and White Shield paying attention to the power spikes. Trinity Force for Zephyr. Save, even though he wasn't immediately in the fight, could make it over. It was time to fight. They just break this game wide open after that one.
All right, so let's see here. High does go for the 100% on Gorilla. This is the support, though, so taking him out did not really affect the team fight. They did draw out his exhaust, but after High uses everything to take down Thresh support, there's so much damage left here from Najee and White Shield, they take over.
Najee and White Shield, after that Alliance game, obviously said, guys, let's not do that one again. Let's not do it the hard way. Sat 8-5 up in kills, but it's the gold that's the real big difference in this one. And White Shield going to go for a hook. Just a little bit wide on that one once again.
White Shield definitely picked a much stronger mid-game this time around. And they're going to try and close the deal, which is something Alliance could not do.
Sneaky was also harassed down at the very beginning of that fight. Didn't get to add much to it. Let's see about the top lane focus, though. Meteos sitting on that pink ward. That was a short jump. Everybody's moaning, but it's an unevolved wing. Yeah, he did clip the end of that little round there.
Oh! Oh, I actually got aggressive after that. Being lured into it. Actually has to flash though. Where's the least going to come down? Right on top of him. Watch gets the execute, but here comes the TP. Paul's going to join in the fight. Watch is low. What can Paul do? He has to use his own wild growth on himself, and he's going to fall. Goose, meanwhile, in between the remaining three, will drop off, but Save keeps going. There is Corky joining in. They get the tower, but Najee are low.
Why is Cloud9 continually fighting? They are not at their power points yet, but High decided to go in, immediately flashed away, and everything else just collapsed upon them. Cloud9 loses another fight because they are behind.
Yeah, they keep fighting. It's kind of snowballing against them. They got that feeling that they're behind and they didn't want to give us much more. You can tell, though, High, he doesn't want to let any aggressive move go. And even though it missed, or there was no follow-up on this hook, decides to jump back in. I mean, that ward, by the way, it didn't see Watch coming down.
They know how strong Zephyr is at this point. He jumps straight into his face. And Sneaky, if he was a Training Force Corky right now, of course that fight would have turned, but it just takes more time for Trish to get in there. Rise can counter the Lulu teleport very easily. Balls basically teleports in to die. And Najee and White Shield takes an even greater edge.
See if Cloud9 hits Turtle. They go aggressive down bottom on Goom to get his flash, but that's all. Focus up top here. Now Shield are going to answer, swing everybody up top, take that turret, and claim this red buff side for themselves.
Try and choke Cloud9 now out of this game. Wards down. In fact, if you look at the map, that is a lot of wards down for Najee and White Shield right now. Both the bottom side and the top side. You can see the path they've taken through. That tower's going down too.
And it's not just Gorilla. Yes, Gorilla's doing a magnificent job of controlling the map, but it's also Watch with the Sight Stone. Here's the 1v1.
Oh, he's going to come out on top of it. It's going to be the death bar, but Ignite is down, and it's great.
He upgraded his sweeper to get the Oracle lens so early on to go for that 1v1. It does afford him the experience of winning that 1v1, but they still trade.
That's actually really good for High. He gets a shutdown bonus. Maybe he can use his talent for a team fight victory, but the global gold disadvantage and honestly the power of Save and Zephyr at the moment just seems like much more than Cloud9 can do.
Definitely is too much to handle mid lane.
Yeah, the gold disparity across the board is pretty devastating. Top lane, AD carries both about 2,000 gold behind their opposite number. And we're closing in on a 10,000 gold lead here for Najee and White Shield. And that's with just that outer ring of turrets going down. Plus, of course, that one here in the middle that we're looking at right now. We've got 1 minute and 40 until the next dragon comes up. I think it's going to be a case of having to maybe give this one up for Cloud9.
Yes, please. Yeah, at this point. Otherwise, they'll lose the game before 30 minutes. They may already have lost this one, depending on how well White Shield knows how to close. Sneaky needs a lot of time to get more and more items. Infinity Edge, Berserker Greaves, he's probably going to even need a Last Whisper, since Watch and Save have started working towards some major armor itemization already.
There's a clear item path for them with 280 assassins. Tristana. Small win there for Cloud9. Both skill shots missing, but that was one ward in 10 that are on their side of the jungle.
At least 10. That's all hot down there. We do see Goon just doing a lap. He was obviously pushing that top wave out. Actually, we'll wait here inside of the enemy jungle, just looking by that raid camp to get some free damage down. Meanwhile, Watch was determined to come around and get this pink ward. Will finally be able to do so. And White Shield now strangling the bottom side.
And you can really see Najin's focus on ward control and commitment to it. A minute ago, there were all 5 pink wards down for White Shield. They're currently still having all 5 down, yet they have 4 pink wards in their inventory, just in case one gets taken down or if they need to move their vision. They are just maximizing their ward limits on the map.
And not only is it a double sight zone, he's upgraded to a Ruby sight zone as well. So he can stay out on the map longer and still have wards.
Yeah, Save is gonna just turn around and kill Meteos because it's just that strong right now.
That's bad.
Yeah.
That's really bad. For all the attention that Cloud9 put into trying to shut Save down, it has failed, and it has cost them Sneaky's farm as well. It's one of those games where everything goes wrong.
Oh! It was the play coming in at the last second there. Pink ward goes down to spot high, and they're gonna keep chasing here. The Rune Prison's gonna come up in a second. There it is, and the finisher from Save up at 5-2-2 after 22 minutes on Rise.
They should push in now. Looks like they already have control down bottom. That's where they're making their move. This tower gonna go down to Corky here, trying to put on work, but they go mid.
Sneaky, I feel that he may be falling prey once again, and the death mark does go down. It's Watch actually that finishes off the kill. Meanwhile, Zephyr has been pushing that bottom lane, and across the map, White Shield are just demolishing Cloud9.
They got the kills and the turret down at the exact same time. They are not letting this mid-game window go to waste. There's no way they're going to wait around for Tristana to scale up here. Najin White Shield pushing it very, very hard.
And Najin Shield is kind of proving that they can play multiple styles. They had the late game turtle against Alliance when Alliance had the mid game composition. They probably also watched a little bit of Blue's late game composition fail to Fnatic, and they say, you know what, this late game thing is a little bit too risky. They go for a mid game composition that still has some strong late game insurance with Rise, and they're just destroying Cloud9 here, 24 minutes.
So, yeah, I mean, if we look at the actual goal totals, it's not a pretty picture for Cloud9. The only turret left outside of the base is in that top lane, which itself has already faced quite a lot of pressure. We still see, I believe, 4 out of 5 pink wards are still alive on the map for Najin White Shield. Continuing that vision dominance, making it so hard for Cloud9 to actually walk away. And pink ward is down. High, he's going to get the support from Balls here, but Save just going to blow him to pieces. Sneaky comes in, actually blows him back into the lane. Slow comes down. TP, no, can't get away from the Wild Growth. Turns back to do the damage onto Balls, and Cloud9 gang up for the single
all
kill.
5 of them.
And it's going to take their base. Being pushed, yeah.
That is just a bit of an overcommit there by Cloud9. They had a mission to kill Save. However, I guess that goal not working out.
No.
Oh dear.
They lose the middle inhibitor turret. They're going to lose the top inhibitor turret. One of the inhibitors may go down here as well, and maybe even worse if Gorilla can land a hook. Goon, in the meantime, still hammering away. Sneaky is pushing the bottom lane. Going to get an inner tower for that one, but there is Goon going on to elimination. Where's the splat? There it is, and he goes back, and Cloud9 left. Oh, where did he go? Okay, back to the middle lane, still alive. They couldn't even get both in him with the kill. They will. They're so far ahead.
Yeah, that is a case of winning the battle for Cloud9 with their mission to kill Save, but losing the war. Their entire base is demolished. That's wide open for Najin White Shield.
At least he didn't get away with that teleport. I mean, that would have been a disaster. At the end of the day, though, High on the run yet again.
One more missile?
Is out of options here in a lot of different ways. It's crazy too, because imagine how this group is going out, and it's what you touched on earlier, Kobe. in not being able to judge these incredibly competitive groups off of single games. Cloud9 looked really good against Alliance. Alliance had a really good mid-game against White Shield, and then Cloud9 had a horrendous mid-game here against White Shield, who's going to be 3-0 in this group.
Baron is going down here, no doubt about that one. No one around from Cloud9 for even a sneaky attempt to get that one away. In fact, Goon almost stopped from recalling. Even that went wide. Certainly not looking like Cloud9's game. There's more items just going to be collected in, and well, there's a stark difference between these two lineups. He just will be getting himself a blue buff for what good that will do. They of course have 2 inhibitors down with those super minions streaming in. Only the bottom lane still has a turret and the inhib left remaining. But if White Shield wish to take that one, I think that they will just go in there and take it.
Yeah, inhibitor number 3 should not be far away. There is so much armor on the side of White Shield. Balls is not a big enough threat on Lulu. Rise or Elite can probably just walk into the turret. However, that's actually a really clever catch there by Cloud9, being way further out than National White Shield expected to be. Saves it here to save the day, though.
Oh, there is a tidal wave, but the death mark will come through. Wild Growth comes in. Oh, Goon tries to get out, didn't get the kill, and will fall to Sneaky. They hold.
About the only possible way they could hold as well. They get a catch, and then they catch Goom in some over-aggression. If all White Shield did was slowly move as a 5-man unit and wait for the super minions to draw the attention of 2 people on Cloud9, the third inhibitor would have been comically easy to attain. But they didn't, and now Cloud9 gets to devote all their attention to wave clearing the super minions, and White Shield can't push with 3.
Yep. Wait around for round 2 here inside the base. They still can't really venture out onto the map. Pretty much the entire map now, Imagine Shield territory.
That's a scary sight, that vision toggle right there. Cloud9 literally sees nothing of the map. Oh, sorry, I lied. There is one ward down by the bottom of River. For what good that will do at this point.
Didn't even get swept yet, so they got that going for them.
Which is nice.
That is nice. Cloud9, they really needed the turtles one out. They need a few more minutes for their inhibitors to come back up. I don't think we're going to see National White Shield get caught out yet again. If somehow they could force the fight the instant National White Shield groups, that would make it so the super minions don't necessarily have time to finish their Nexus turrets. But looking at that wave in the top lane, Kai actually has to go there right now, which is bad timing considering White Shield is knocking on the bottom lane door.
Oh, Hook coming through, doesn't get the fish though. Lemon Nation survives for now, just waiting for that next minion wave.
That top lane wave would kill their
rolling through. Yeah, they're gonna just go straight in on towards that inhib turret. The Hook again in, this time full Sneaky doesn't connect, turret goes down. Lemon Nation being caught out on one side. He is surely gonna fall here. It will be Goon to pick that one up. Inhibitor number 3 is going to go down. The super minions are already through there and taking the tower. I go. Hook comes down onto Balls as well. He will use the Wild Growth. That won't be enough though to keep him alive. And White Shield just ripping through both Cloud9 and their base here as they go. Both Nexus turrets are going to go down. It looks like Save wants a bit more of the action here. Will be able to get in there. It's actually Goon that steals the 1 kill. He takes down Sneaky.